good afternoon. It is an enormous pleasure to welcome all of you to Montgomery College, to the Germantown campus, to this beautiful Bioscience Education Center, which we just opened this fall. You are among the first visitors and the first to use the conference center. But most importantly, it's a pleasure to welcome you to the first Maryland Collegiate STEM Conference. That's the most important activity of today. And having stepped out of the classroom a few years ago to become an administrator, I'm so glad to see that things have not changed. The front row is virtually empty. It makes me feel right at home to have empty seats right up front. I want to ask for thank yous. You know, if you've ever watched the Oscars, the Academy Awards, these people get up and they give these lengthy speeches, thank you, thank you, thank you, and all people want to know is who's got best picture, who's best actor, who's best actresses. But if you've ever been involved in organizing a major event, you know that it does take a village to pull off a STEM event like this. And I do want to give a shout out, and some of you have stood already, but Dr. Chang, who has left Montgomery College but was able to join us again today. Thank you. Dr. Raza Khan, who just addressed you from Carroll Community College, and Maria Burness. Dean John Hammond from Montgomery College is he slipped in the back after having taught a class. And Michael Chase, who has graciously provided some funding from the GT STEP grant, which the college has, again, to help bring this off. There are also some sponsors I'd like to thank. Some of you may have already had an opportunity to visit their tables and their setups before you came in as you registered. The HHMI Biointeractive, Pearson, Ludesco, Bone Clones, that's fun. But in addition to taking the village, it also takes some funding to have a great event like this. So we are grateful to those who have helped to sponsor this event. All of you know the importance of STEM fields, and to this audience I can say you also know the fun of being in a STEM field. So I hope that this is not only a stimulating, intellectually stimulating event, but it is also fun to be with people who share your interests, who share your passions, and that you have an opportunity to really talk to each other. You know, in this age of internet and email and all of the ways that we can communicate around the planet at this point, there is still something marvelous about having face-to-face opportunities, about having a one-to-one or two-to-one interactions, and I noticed a bunch of you standing at some of the poster sessions. So take advantage of that real face time to interact with each other. And as I said, have fun, but also enjoy the stimulation to see what your colleagues, your student colleagues are doing. And that's the most impressive thing, I think, that's happened here, some of the fabulous work that's being done by students at community colleges. Also, before I introduce the keynote speaker, I do want to invite you to wander through the building as you have time between sessions or whatever. It is a beautiful facility. Our students are very fortunate. Some of them are here, they can tell you what our old lab facilities look like. And so we're thrilled to have this facility open and be able to host events like this, as well as the academic opportunities for our students. And now, since I'm not standing between you and food, so I'm feeling in a somewhat safe position because you've just had lunch, but I am standing between you and the keynote address. Christina Badger is a visiting instructor from Allegheny College in Maryland. She plans to begin her doctoral degree in September 2015 in marine biology. She received her bachelor's degree in marine biology with a minor in chemistry from Fairleigh Dickinson University and her master's degree in marine biology from the University of North Carolina at Wilmington. She's done research at the Smithsonian Environmental Research Center on carbon cycling in tidal marshes and has worked as a marine mammal observer in an oil exploration vessel in the Gulf of Mexico, including the Deepwater Horizon. Her master's research focused on natural resistance in eastern oysters to parasites present throughout the East Coast. Ms. Badger's presentation will focus on STEM engagement, motivation, searching for mentors, and setting the foundation for STEM success. Please join me in welcoming Christina Badger.
Very much for having me. I'm very excited to be here, and this is a beautiful new building that Montgomery College has. All right, I'm so excited to be here to share with you what I'm passionate about in the STEM fields and to learn more about what the students are doing and what's going on at the other schools in Maryland. Now, the first thing that I want you to do is think about what you see as a STEM career. Just picture whatever in your mind, the career you want, the career you have, sitting in a classroom. Well, guess what? Every single person who's picturing something is correct. The science, technology, engineering, and math fields comprise everything from software developers, people testing out the latest video games, computer programmers, people sitting at home working on a complex math theorem, sequencing DNA, creating the medicines that cure diseases, working on cool apps on your phone. It also comprises things like working in laboratories, sitting at home working at homework, and being out in the field studying how organisms interact with each other, everywhere from Maryland to Antarctica. People with STEM degrees can be found in the newest, most advanced buildings, huge high-tech facilities, and out in the mud collecting oysters and sediment samples. That one's me. So with so many different areas, and with an ever-growing body of knowledge about our bodies, about the planet, the universe, and ways to make life better and to interact better, it obviously takes a huge array of people and personalities and ideas to continue this process. The students and the faculty are here because you guys are all interested in this information. Most of the students are just beginning their journey in the STEM fields. You're taking your first classes at college, you're working in labs for the first time, and I'm mostly going to talk